Okay, good morning. Gosh, I've always been wanting to say President Natarajan, Dr. Ajit Babu, Dr. Namrata ji, distinguished guests, and the audience. This is a great honor to be here, and especially on the invitation of the president of the association. This is a great place to really interact and do science. And I've always said we have now come to the bullseye, the center of India, to really develop the Indo-US relationship. So what I'm going to talk about is the international research collaboration. Essentially, the way we view it is really the next frontier for working on and also not only developing research programs, but that's the wave of the future to really stop the avoidable blindness and work towards many other eye diseases. So I'm going to quickly, this is a disclaimer. How many of you know NIH, heard of NIH? Just show of hand. Okay, so few. So National Institute of Health, where I come from, is an agency of Department of Health and Human Services, which is like your Ministry of Health here in India. And but the motto of National Institutes of Health, as you can see here, is an agency of the United States government that conducts and supports biomedical research to uncover new knowledge that improves the health of all Americans and the human condition throughout the world. So essentially, it's not just working on American disease or anything related to America. We are very interested in helping working and on the programs, biomedical programs that improves the human condition throughout the world. National Eye Institute is one of the 27 NIH institutes and centers that's dedicated just for eye research. And you can learn more about it on our website. Just to give you a breadth of our program, we have close to $800 million budget per year that translates into just doing eye research, all supporting close to 2,000 projects all over the world. Mainly American, but you can see that about 85% of that $800 million, that makes approximately $650 million, just goes to support programs all over the world, not just NEI. We do have our own laboratories, own scientists who are working with us, and they obviously are also doing cutting-edge scientific research. In just last 4 years, you can see that our programs have expanded from having about 32 programs in about 13 countries. Now we are doing about close to 180 programs in about 30 countries. So in just 4 years, the wave of internationalization has really taken over. I cannot claim that this is just, it's all because of me, but essentially it's because of you, people like you, our collaborators, partners all around the world. And let me describe a few programs to you. So this is our footprint just a few years ago. Now this was in 2016, this was in 2017, and now you can see that this is our view of 2018. This is the footprint where we have programs. We are working with people in about 30 countries. Now, what is our view of international research? We truly believe that global science is interconnected. We seek opportunities to identify what shared priorities are. We are supporting international opportunities as much as possible, supporting US grantees to expand their international collaborations, and we are forming partnership among scientists, governments, companies, NGOs. We had a very effective session yesterday, standing room only, working how we work with the NGO, and Dr. Natarajan worked with us on that, so there was just a lot of interest yesterday. And we leverage our partnership and fund programs that answer important questions of understanding eye diseases. We not only provide programs and supports and do collaborations, we also train scientists at National Eye Institute. And training, as you can see here, is a big part of our program in our intramural laboratories. And right next to in USA, we have India, really that stands out, has the second highest number of young scientists that are being trained. You can see here that we are not only training them, we are sending them back home. So they're not staying in the US. We just in the last 10 years, we have sent close to 34 scientists who have lineage and training and collaboration at National Eye Institute. In terms of looking at the previous stalwarts and people who have actually been trained and worked with us or have been visiting scientists who have come back to India, it's an honor to have Dr. Balasubramaniam sitting with us here. He used to be with us just a few years ago. Now he's leading and he has led the direction of eye research in India. Here's the picture of Dr. Paul Sieving, who is the current director of National Eye Institute. And as you can see from this quote, that he's literally thinking and quoting and saying that a lot of unanswered questions will come from working with the scientists in places like India. Because clearly these things, exposure to unusual toxins, unique populations, and genetic eye diseases, and new priorities, new methods delivery will all, mostly we believe, will come from working with people from around the world. This, I wanted to put this slide in here, and this clearly shows that, over the years, just in past 20, 25, 30 years, there's been a decrease in percentage of exclusively domestic papers, and there's a substantial increase in the total annual output that includes any kind of international collaboration. And in terms of scientific validity, scientific proof, you can see that citation impact is typically greater when research groups collaborate, work with each other, and the benefits really strengthens when the co-authorship is international. So this is literally leading us, taking us to a call for greater and more internalization of our scientific research. I wanted to actually mention to you a program that was founded about over 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and Dr. Balasubramanian was co-founder of this program working with us. And this program has yielded several projects where Indian scientists, Indian organizations have worked with very research-oriented universities in America. Shankar Nethralaya has worked with Harvard. L.V. Prasad has worked with Washington University. Arvind has worked with Cleveland Clinic. As you can see that NIN Hyderabad has worked with the University of California. Shroff Hospital has been working with MIT on a famous program called Project Prakash. And this program went into a second round. We did some overhauls, some cleaning, some lessons that we had learned from our first program. So we added some new concept, new ideas, and that resulted into two very good sized programs that are currently running in India with the US collaboration. And in this we have Shankar Nethralaya working with folks at Harvard in glaucoma. And then in the field of diabetic retinopathy, this program was just funded last year. Cleveland Clinic is working with, again, folks in Chennai. At this point, we have the third round of a program which we just overhauled and put in, expanded the program from 3 areas of research to almost all areas of eye disease. And this program is currently on. It's a 3-year program, and all of you are eligible to apply as long as you work with an American partner. American partner gets paid and gets funded by the National Eye Institute, and your funding comes from the Department of Biotechnology. So here's some website that you can go on and get more details. In addition to, so it's a multi-pronged approach in terms of international research. In addition to the Indo-US program, we also have a month-long Genomics fellowship, and that we started about 3 years ago. We've been training one scientist in genomic research every year in honor of all of you here, in honor of the 200 years of Indian ophthalmology, and in honor of all the collaboration. And also, I'm going to talk about something, the Global Eye Genetics Consortium. We've just expanded this program. Now this program will invite 5 scientists from international countries to work with us for a month. This is a completely, fully paid program by National Eye Institute, comes out of my budget. And these 5 scientists will stay at NIH residential. Everything is paid for, including travels, stay, and all that, and will get exclusive training in genomic research. In addition, as Dr. Peter just announced, we have just concluded a deal with ICO, and we're very, very pleased, and I'm honored that Peter is here sitting with me at the podium. We are really honored to actually announce here that we have put in a brand new ICO fellowship, and it's going to be year-long, and this will be exclusively in ophthalmic genetics field, and this program is on now. We'll be recruiting, and we'll be having the fellow work with us for a year next year. So thank you, ICO, for the collaboration, and this is all falling in place. It's a very multi-pronged approach, working on funds, working on various fellowships, multiple postdoctoral programs that are very American-based programs. So as you can see, we are addressing the programs from all angles. Okay, so Global Eye Genetics Consortium is a new program we just started, and this really takes the very exclusive 30 countries are participating right now. We have members, approximately 200 working with us. India has played a very, very key role in this. It's an honor to have Professor Takeshi Iwata from Japan sitting with us in the audience. He is the current president, and Professor S. Natarajan is the Secretary General, and so India has been playing a very important role in the program. And this is, a lot of work at Global Eye Genetics Consortium has been focused on international research collaboration. There are 2 publications that have just come out in the last 2 years, Advances in Vision Research, Volume 1, and we just published the 2nd volume just a few months ago. We are currently in the process of publishing the 3rd volume, which we hope that will be published in a few months. And we have Volume 4 on the drawing board for next year. So people in Global Eye Genetics Consortium have been very active, and India is playing very important roles. So there will be 2 exclusive sessions, one on the Indo-US program this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Dr. Balu will be co-chairing it with me, so please come to that for a detailed discussion on that. And then tomorrow morning, Dr. Takeshi Iwata and I will be chairing a program on GEGC, and we'll talk about the details of that. So with that, I would like to conclude, and with a slogan that I came up with, and my boss gave me a patent on that. So I always say that good eye research anywhere is good eye research everywhere. Whatever you develop here in Indore, it can be used in Indiana. And whatever you come out with, whether in terms of collaboration or training, we welcome that. We are all together in this. If you have a cure, if you have found a diagnostics, there's no reason why we cannot use it, and vice versa. So thank you so much for the opportunity. And Dr. Natarajan, we have done it.